Like,
No, it's all about fun. Some of it
Are
was
you
freestyle.
ready?
Oh shit!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jeez.
please welcome.
oh, so good!
Turn it up, louder than that, louder than that, louder. All right, thank you. I'm out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Welcome to Priv. Shout out to my life coach. No name, you know what I mean? You know who he is. So we put together this lovely evening, interactive, personal and interactive. So it's gonna be me for 10 minutes or more, depending on how people interact. This is a tester, so we're just gonna see how it plays out, right? So start off with, I almost didn't make it tonight. Not because of the weather, not because I couldn't get it. My good friend Joe picked me up, but because those stairs almost killed me coming up, so I almost said fuck it. So I was gonna stay home, you know what I mean? But we're here now, you got me for 10 minutes, alright? So ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna ask you one question, alright?
I knew I was gonna.
Yeah, because you know what I mean? I'm gonna have a, I have to, you know what I mean? So, Cass, you here too? Alright.
Can you see?
Of course.
Sure?
He's filming.
I'm just making sure.
Nah, you good. So here's my question to you, right? You're in a room with 100 cops. You're in a room with 100 cops. What's happening?
Girl, help me out over here.
Nobody's helping nobody. You're on your own, girl.
What do you have to be a little bit more descriptive. Like, what do you
No,
mean?
no.
100
You're in a room.
cocks?
You're in a room with 100 cops. What's happening?
You're saying cocks.
Cocks, yeah,
Oh,
penis,
okay.
dick. So. You know what I mean? Yeah. The long john. Yeah. That.
I don't know what to tell you.
You gotta give me an answer.
We're observing.
You gotta give me a specific answer. You can't say yeah. You gotta say exactly what you're doing.
We're observing. That's
You're
my
observing?
answer. I'm observing. I'm watching.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
looking.
gonna come back to you on that one.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna come back to you on that one. I love this one. All right. So I would be 44 in June. All right. So I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, ups and downs. Life has hit me. I had highs and lows, and wins and blows. So I'm gonna give you our story, all right? Because me, I'm a storyteller, right? So I'm gonna go with the storytelling, and I'm gonna go through some jokes at the end, right? This is 1998, so this is even before OHSOGOOD even started. This was Fat Albert. As you know, don't know my name is Albert, and I was fat, still fat, but thick, not fat. I'm thick. But then I was fat.
Slim thick.
Yeah, slim thick. I was slim thick. So I was Fat Albert. Anyways, 98, the height of my career. Relationship, all right? So this is going to be about relationship, all right? I started doing promo. All ages, of course, when I was in my teens, right? All ages. I had this one girl, no names, of course. She was dear to me, very dear to me, but she was clingy. And, guys don't really like, we don't like cleaning, you know what I mean? I thought I didn't, we don't like cleaning. Maybe some dudes do, I didn't like cleaning. But this girl was so clingy and I didn't like it at all. So we're dating, months goes by, we're growing. Finally, I come to a point, I was like, this ain't it. This girl's too clingy, I don't like it, I don't know how to tell her that I'm not in the mood no more. You know what I mean? And girls are so sensitive these days. And even back then, right? Girls are very sensitive. You can't really be direct. You gotta, we need to talk. Nah. I told her direct, I said, bitch, this ain't it. we can't do this no more. She's like, what? What happened? I did everything for you. I cook, I cleaned it up. I said, it's not that. Your pussy ain't tight no more. So I gotta go. She's like, what do you mean? You're the only one I'm fucking. I'm like, nah. I learned something. We were fucking one of my niggas. And I know him, he has a bigger dick than I do. And I felt it. And they said nothing. I thought I couldn't do it. I can't do it no more, girl. I gotta go. She's like, oh, you lying? You don't know the guy. I said the name. She's like, oh shit. I said, yeah. I said, oh shit too. The moral of the story is that sometimes you just gotta let it go. You know, you gotta tell the girl, yeah, you gotta go. Like, this ain't it. Even though you love her, you know what I mean. Even though you love her, you gotta let her go. You gotta be like, nah, this ain't it. But you know, the fun story about all this is that we're still good friends to this day. You know what I mean? We're still good friends. We still talk. Not every day, but here and there we still talk. Some of the guys here fucked her too. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No names. No names, but you know what I mean? So we're still cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, can't. You know what I mean? But we're still good. You know what I mean? We're good. We're good. So next one, all right? So, my good friends here, Gio and K9. I have a pass. Those who don't know, I have a pass, but I'm not going to get into it. I called K and I said, yo, I got my passport back. It's time to check a trip. And they're like, yo, have you ever been to DR? I said, nah. What is that all about? They're like, you ever been to DR? I'm like, nah. I said, yeah, let's do it. K9 said, all right, say less. That's the word. He curated the trip. I believe the trip was, 15 days? And it was yeah. The trip was a trip. So we start off, for those who've never been to DR, we landed in Punta Cana, right? Which is a tourist attraction, right? And what we did is we drove all the way to the north coast. The whole north coast of DR. We started in Punta Cana, then Santo Domingo. No, I think it's Boca Chica, Santo Domingo, Puerto Plata, and then my favorite, Sosua. And those who never been to Sosua, all right, take notes, because
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you've never been to Sosua, Sosua is magical. All right, it's a magical place. Anyway, in my point of view, right, it's a magical place. You gotta be very disciplined. And if you're not disciplined, a lot of things that happen, such as having a son. So, so this trip was beautiful. So I went with my friends, you know, the boys. It was a beautiful trip. We had a good time. When we reach Sosua, I say Sosua because it's so dear to me. You know what I mean? Sosua. When we reached there, it was a Sunday. I remember it was like yesterday. We go to this beautiful restaurant that one of my friends had. It's no longer there. He had a restaurant over there. He had a little welcoming party for us from, you know, the gringos, or has arrived. That's what they call us over there, the gringos. So, beautiful party, gathering at, you know, it's a small restaurant. And, yeah, if you're not disciplined, all right? And I'm not going to make the story too long, but there were a lot of females. We're not going to call them the H word, but a lot of females, all right? A lot of females. I lost my mind. I didn't know where I was. I felt like I was at Disneyland, a kid in a candy store, and there was so many options. But I ended up with one option. That one option changed my life. And that one option off the rip, that one option changed my life, and for the best. I ain't no regrets. But word of advice, okay, especially for those that love to travel in the foreign countries. Yeah, wrap it up. All right, guys, just wrap it up. All right, you save yourself a whole bunch of money, a whole bunch of headaches, a whole bunch of what the fuck happened, and yeah, just wrap it up. All right, guys, and then but do go to. All right, that's my Sosua. Yeah, I mean Thailand and Philippines are good. Don't get me wrong. Hey, you know, I know, but the Sosua is you will lose your mind. All right, you will literally lose your mind. All right. Now I had a joke about unemployment, but I don't think that joke's gonna work. All right. Here's another one here. Cause I want to do the storytelling, all right? Because me, I don't think I'm going to do jokes. I think I'm just going to do storytelling, all right? So my stories are very They're beautiful, all right? They're beautiful. They're dear to me. They're very beautiful. All right, another good story about me, all right? So, those who don't know, 2021, I moved to Toronto. I've been to Ottawa all my life. I moved to Toronto, 2021. It's like at the verge of COVID. I think when I moved, COVID, I think I moved like maybe like a month before COVID hit, or maybe just as COVID was starting, I moved to Toronto. I was there for what, two and a half years, maybe two and a half years about. And let me tell you about being a property manager. I would show you some videos, but I don't think this is what we want to do tonight, right? Being a property manager in Toronto, especially downtown, Yonge and Dundas, or I should say Yonge and Jarvis. I had this one tenant, foreign. He's from, nobody from Iraq here, right? I don't disrespect nobody. Nobody from, no, I don't disrespect nobody. Everybody good? All right, so I had this one tenant, he was from Iraq. And people lie on application, all right? So we all know in Toronto, people finesse the application to rent. And me being my first time doing this property management, I didn't do my due diligence. Yo, this dude, all right? This dude was a tenant from hell. And what I mean from hell, from HELL. All right, he was seeing stuff. If I show you the video, because you know what they say, seeing is believing, you would understand what I mean from hell. Like, you see this graffiti that you see on the wall here? He did that on his own, and he had the "I see Jesus." Now I don't know who can see Jesus, but that dude saw Jesus. If you look at the room, oh my God, this dude, and to a point where the law was not on their side. So you know what we did? We did the hood way. We give you some options. You can get the baseball bat, or you can leave on your own with condoms. And he left. He left. Actually, no, not that one. Another dude left. Actually, let me tell you about this dude. His name is John.
John got mad.
John was a preppy white boy. And when I mean I got bamboozled, I got bamboozled. He came with his father, Oakley glasses, Tommy Hilfiger golf shirt. I'm talking about like white boy galore. The father's like, yo, I'm gonna pay his rent. We're just renovating the house. Well, I said, oh, this is a shoe, and yes, you're welcome. This room is available. Paid first and last. Perfect. The day he moved in, all right, it was completely a different person. This guy had jerseys, pants sagging to his ass. I'm like, hey, who are you? What you doing? Like, yeah, you saw me last week. I came with my dad. Like, no. The person I saw was a white man. You ain't no white man. It's like, my dad just like, he's on that time, so I have to like finesse. But you finesse me. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt. He moved in, and we didn't allow pets. We didn't allow pets at the property, right? That was one of the rules that he signed on the rent agreement. No pets, right? Me and my good friend over here, we had an Airbnb on the same block, and we're chilling. We're having a good time. We're getting a week prep, whatever. He leaves. I called my boy. I said, "No, you need to come back." He's like, "What's wrong?" I said, "Yo, this dude's violating." I told him no dogs. He brought the dog. He didn't listen. And this is what you call true friends, right? Like when you say friends, literally 5 minutes he came back. Skirt, black hoodie, baseball bat, ready to go. Where he's at? I said, "Let's go." We walk, pop, pop, pop. I go, "Hey, John, open the door." He's like, "Why?" I was like, "Oh, okay." you know what it is. Knocking, he's not. And at this point, as I'm knocking the door, you hear the dog barking. Now the dog not even barking, it's growling. Like on attack mode. My boy was ready with the baseball hoodie. Like, "Yo, we ready." The dude opened the door slightly. You know when somebody slightly opened the door so you can't see what's really going on? He opened the door slightly, just enough to see his face. You can't really see in the background. So we pushed the door open. I said, "No. This is your last time. You gotta leave. He's have the you know when you wrap the leash on your hand and the dog is like you know like you tell me sick him. I'm like nah, this I didn't sign up for this. I'm looking at my boy like that. This is wild. Anyways, my boy and no names, baseball bat. Showed the baseball bat. I said, listen. Again, you have options, right? You can either leave tonight, or I hope you have life insurance. He left. Next day, he left everything behind. We mean business over there in Toronto, and I felt so bad. I called his father. I said, "Well, your son left. He left all of his belongings behind. I'm gonna need somebody to come pick it up." Oh, that's your problem now. That's what the father's telling me. That's your problem now. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh hell no. And luckily for me, he had his mom contact on the application. So I called the mom. I said, hey, listen, I just called to I don't know if it's your husband or ex-husband, but he said he doesn't want to do nothing with your son. Your son just left, and he has a bunch of stuff here that, he's like, where did he go? I said, ma'am, all I know is not here no more. And that's all I care for. The mom came all the way from far. I think London. I think she drove from London, Ontario. She had like a little, the little compact SUV. Like not CRV, but CRV. You know what I mean? Like compact, but not. Anyway, it was like a sport utility, but not too bad. She came, old lady, maybe like in her 80s for sure. And I felt bad. I said, ma'am, I want to help, but I can't touch due to liability stuff. She's like, oh, no, don't worry. Like, if you break anything, it's okay. I said, no, it's just your son. Like, she was asking me all the questions. Like, what happened? I said, listen, ma'am, your son, he's a liar. Number one, he's a liar. Okay. Number one, he's a liar. Number one, let's get that out of the way. Let's get the elephant out of the room. He's a liar. And two, he was telling me the dog he brought was a service dog. Now, ma'am, I am blind. I know what a service dog look like, and that was definitely not no service dog. So I gave him the ultimatum, and he chose the right door, and he left. And she's there. Oh my gosh, she probably stayed at least 4 hours cleaning that room by herself. I'm just there on the porch watching her.
That's savage.
Yeah, savage. Yeah, nigga, it's be like that. Toronto downtown. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm a block away from Regent Park, so I'm like official. So you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man. So I'm on the porch just watching her, like just whatever she didn't, whatever was garbage, she left, and everything that the TV and his shoes and clothes. She was like, I grabbed her garbage bags and I brought it, and I helped and I watched. She's like, it would go much faster if you help. I said, ma'am, liability, I can't do nothing. I wish I could. I can't. I got cameras. Imagine if I help and and then you sue me and then I have to kill you. So, you know what I mean? So I said, no, you're almost done. I have no rush. My schedule's clear. Take your time, girl. You're not bothering me. So finally, she got everything done. The son had the audacity to find me on Facebook and start giving me death threats. Talking about, man, that's foul what you did. I said, listen, nigga. Since you want to be all gangster with it, if I see you ever again around these neighborhoods, it's going to be some slow singing, flower bringing, if my burglar alarm starts ringing. After that, he blocked me. I never heard from him ever since. I said, yeah, man. Trust me, property management, being a landlord in Toronto is definitely not for the weak-hearted. Trust me, I've seen some shit. Like, some shit. Trust me. Anyways, on to some other stuff. So, I was, so before coming to Ottawa, I was on this little weight loss challenge, right? So, when I left Toronto, 487 pounds before moving to Ottawa. I moved here last year? No, 2023? 2023. 911, September 11th, I remember, because I said, if I'm going to move, it was, due to some other bullshit. I made sure I moved on 911. So September 9th was September, what? Was the 9 months on the 11th. Yeah, so.
That's September 11th.
Yeah, September 11th. You know what I mean? Yeah. September 11th. So, yeah. So Anyway, I come back to Ottawa, depressed as fuck. I was like, damn, like Toronto, Toronto allowed me to experience stuff that I never experienced here in Ottawa. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about experience. I see stuff. I was able to travel more places. You know, multiple times. Yeah, multiple times. Went to Panama. Was able to go to never been to Halifax. Been to Halifax. Anyways, come back here. 485 pounds. I'm confused on what's gonna happen from there on, right? So depressed. I'm talking to my friends. They're giving me the moral support. Yo, you got this. Don't worry. Don't keep your head up high. It's just an obstacle. Get it. You know what I mean? But my mom like, fuck these niggas. Like they don't know what I'm going through. Like this is crazy. So anyways, I'm proud to say I'm 373. All right. So we can clap for that. Alright? So 485 to 370. No gym. It's strictly water, not eating, or try not to eat past 8 p.m. And not doing 40,000 calories a day. So that didn't help you. You know what I'm saying? And when I mean 40,000 calories, I'm not exaggerating. I was doing 40,000 calories per day. And I'm talking about like 4 large poutines, chicken wings, and that's like 1 serving. You know what I mean? 2 liters of iced tea. Go. You know, no cups. Just go. You know what I mean? G with it. You know what I mean? G with it. And then yeah, I come back here after reset. Like, yo, actually, Chanel. This is like my ex-wife right here. This is from Shein. All right. This shows how much weight I lost. Right. When I wore this for my birthday, my belly was showing here. That video, my belly was showing here when I wore this for my birthday. Now, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can see, you know what I mean? So the weight is definitely like that. It was showing, like my other, what the fuck? Like, after I look at the video, my belly was showing. I'm like, yo, I look like a skedaddle. You know what I mean? So if you know what a skedaddle is, like it's like a hole in Jamaica. You know what I mean? But it was like, my belly was showing. So it just showed like, I lost weight. So I'm happy about that. And I'm still on the journey to go under 300. And then if I can go to 250, then I'm going to look like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be Zara up, H&M up. What's the other one there? Is there still Stitches? No, Stitches not around no more, huh? No, that's gone, huh? Oh, okay, so yeah.
Throwback.
So yeah, throwback, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I'm definitely happy for that. Yeah. You remember Stitches, right? You know what I mean? That was my go-to. You know what I mean? Exco, South Pole. But that's about it. But hold on. Let me tell you this other story. And I'm gonna get into the jokes. All right? Last year, around the same time, I decided to give this girl a try, you know what I mean? But I'm all about the girls, right? When you're light skinned, you know what I mean? You can't see it right now because the lighting, but when the lights are on, like I look like Chris Brown, right? Chris Brown / Omarion. The lighting is not the best here, right? But I said I'm gonna give this one girl a chance, right? So we going out, I do the, every relationship has a Google Gaga phase, right? Like for a week or two, you're grabbing her butt, you're beautiful, but then once you fuck, like, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like the Google is done now. You know what I mean? I got what I wanted, right? So we do all of that, and then she's slightly like, hey, like you're not grabbing my butt in public no more, and like you kind of feel it, right? Like girls, they keep those, they know it, right? Like that self notes, like. Okay, grab my butt at 3:33 today at PM. Like girls do that. You'd be surprised. Like they keep notes on. So slightly, my behavior changed. She's laughing. You know what I mean? So she saw that my behavior slightly changed. Like I said, like I was not. What do they call it? PDA? No, what was it? Public.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was PDA. So she saw like what I was doing outside. I was no longer doing outside no more. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, girl, you know what I mean? Like, I thought this was what I wanted, but I'm gonna give you a savage story. So she loved me a lot to a point she's like, let's do counseling. I'm like, yo, it's not that serious. Like, I just met you. What the fuck? So she said, let's go to Montreal. I said, you know what? If you feel like or love can rekindle by going to Montreal, who am I to say no to a free trip? You know what I'm saying? That's how savage I am, right? So we go there. We're there for 3 days, and she brought this other girl, this Congolese bitch, and she was with a dude from I think Lebanese. You know those couple? I'm going to the bathroom. Oh, I miss you. Oh, sick to my stomach. I'm like, what the bitch? She's going to the bathroom. Like he's coming back. Anyways, so we're going to dinner. It's just mad awkward because what he's doing to her friend, she think I'm going to do to her. I'm like, bitch, that fate is gone. Like we not like that no more. You know what I mean? And she was looking at me like, you're not gonna miss me, bitch. You went to the bathroom. Yeah, like, aren't you coming back? Like I gotta pay the bill anyways, right? So anyways, night 1, I said, you know what? I know girls don't like when guys break up with them, so I try my best for her to break up with me. But this girl, first of all, I have to let her know she's Haitian, right? So these girls are built strong. First night, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take a shower and slip into something much, you know, some sexy lingerie." I'm like, "Cause if I fuck her, like it's gonna be a long night." So right away, I went to sleep. Right away, before she came out the shower, right away, boom. Next morning, oh babe, I just we're so tired. We went out all day. I understand. I'm like, bitch, if you only knew. Alright. So day 2, we go out. We go to the museum, and we go to the museum. We find a hookah place. We're doing hookah. We went to Baton Rouge. Beautiful day. Don't get me wrong. Beautiful day. Night 2, same shit. She go to the bathroom, take a shower. I'm like, oh, this ain't it. Right away. I'm like, for sure she's gonna break up with me. Day 3. She woke up, but this time she wasn't too happy. She kinda like, yo, what's going on? You know what I mean? Again, she's Haitian. They're built different. So night 3, I was like, yo, I felt bad. You know, I'm gonna fuck her. So I went to the bathroom. I got out. She sucked on me. This bitch. Ufo. So boom, we leave on Monday, right? Because we got there from Friday, right? We leave on Monday. We head back to Ottawa. I'm thinking, okay, for sure, okay, you know, after what happened, she's gonna be like, okay, you know what, this ain't it. I want to break up with you, and yo, this girl's like, I love you. I want to make it work. I'm like, I'm gonna call you right back. I had to like take a moment, like, hold on. And Charlie, I ain't working with no monster, like, you know what I mean? I'll put it down, but I ain't no 12-inch up in this bitch, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm gonna call you back. I was like, yo, give me like half an hour. I have to like really think about this. Like, this girl really, like, this girl's either she's crazy or she's really in love with me, or both. So I said, okay, she's like, is everything alright? I said, yeah, just give me 30 minutes. I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna call you right back. I called her back. I said, you ain't gonna let what I'm about to say. I hope you're sitting down. She's like, what's wrong, babe? I'm like, okay, first of all, don't call me babe. And yeah, I thought I could continue, but I can't. And before you say anything, please don't cry. I don't like when a girl cries. It just makes it awkward. She's like, okay, I won't cry, but tell me what's wrong. I'm like I'm not here trying to fix it. Like, even if I tell what's wrong, like I don't want to be with you no more. I guess the way I said it was very aggressive. She started crying on the phone. Like, oh, Lord. Like, you know, I'm on speaker, put on a mute. I'm like cussing out, like, what the fuck? Like, this. I said, bitch, don't cry. Listen, girl. I feel. I'm sorry. Like, I gotta go. She's like, so there's no way we can work it out? I said, you know what? Maybe I need another Montreal just to make sure. You know what I mean? I said, maybe another Montreal. So 2 weeks after, we go back to Montreal. But this time, it's just me and her, not with a friend, right? And we're only there for 2 nights, not 3 nights. So the first night, legitly, I fell asleep. So this is not even like I try to set her up. Like, legitly, I fell asleep the first night. The second night we made love. And I'm like, oh, I miss, you know, when you make love to a woman, you know what I mean? And you the emotion, and I'm, you know, I'm like, no, maybe I was wrong. Maybe not. I'm gonna give her another chance. You know what I mean? That night, and we're all human, you know. We're all human. You know what I mean? So I made up my mind. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give her a chance. You know what I mean? Like, we're all human, right? We fall asleep. We're still in Montreal, right? We're in Montreal. So the night before the morning to go back to Ottawa, right? And again, we're human, right? And I hear the. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, oh, she's Asian. I'm like, who paid it? She's like, oh, she was embarrassed. Girl, I don't know whether they're embarrassed, like they're human, you know what I mean? But I never heard her fart, and it was like pretty loud and distinct a bit, right? So I'm like, so imagine I already made my mind saying like, okay, I'm gonna get, and then just that tipete. I said, nah. We got back to Ottawa. I just didn't call her back. So to the day she blocked me. But I'm happy for her because she has a child now with another nigga. You know what I mean? Then I'm very happy for that. You know what I mean? So kudos to her. But trust me when I said just that moment, right? We made love on Saturday night. It was magical. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I was stressing. You know what? Just that little girl. We were almost there. We were almost there. But that was it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my time for tonight. You know what I mean? I hope that you enjoyed it. You know what I mean? There's going to be many more to come. All right? So
that was like a 20, 30 minutes.
Well, I mean, because at the end of the day, it's interactive, right? So this is the part I like about this, because it's personal, right?